Right, 2 tanks down. We're happy with that. Now I'm going to kind of hide in the bushes a bit. Or our bush. Our M6 friend is currently cowering, so which means I probably might have to take a push. Ah, great, we've got an AFK as well back there. Not good. If we can bump into the 152, I don't know whether our allies have just bumped into that area or not. Yep, they've bumped into him. Oh, that's a shame. If I could be in position to take a shot at that guy, I probably would be able to do some fair amount of damage to him. Don't know whether that green thing... I'm throwing a shot out there. Oh, shit. Yeah, they spotted me.
I shot it outside. It's the ammo there. See? Kaboom.
Right. So we've probably lost this match, unfortunately. The enemy team have held their own remarkably well. Oh, come on. Go down the hill a bit. What? I freaking shot you. Come on. Reload, reload.
See? They fight like cockroaches.
We can zap this guy's health a bit. We might be able to make it a little easier upon our engagement, because I don't think the M6 is going to last.
The armor is like toys.
Now, if he's going to be a dumb conft, he's going to stay there upon my next shot. No, he's a clever bugger. Okay. Yeah, this has droned into a bit of a stalemate, really. Probably going to die in a few seconds. Nudgy, nudgy, nudgy. Come on. This could totally turn out one of two ways. One, we survive, one, we die, and I'm not sure which way. It's most likely we're going to die or we run out of time, but there's nothing we can do at the moment. I don't want to risk my tank. He's not going to risk his tank. Matey over there is not going to risk his tank. And neither do the enemy. The enemy are just going to be like sitting on their lovely bottoms with a cup of tea. Hello. A 152 man is making a... Oh, KV-1S is making a move. Come on. Spin round, you little bugger. If I can knock out that 152... And now is not the time to lag. Ah, crap, he's not in position. I can't shoot. He's taken out the other one, but I can't seem to quite get a shot on the 152. Hang on, there he is. Shit. Come on. We're so close. Ah! Come on, I really want to hunt this guy down. I'm going to make a charge at him, because I'm going to need to... Probably going to be shot at by enemy tanks, but I just need to knock out that 152. If that 152 dies... Okay, so, unfortunately we lost our... We're dead.
We have serious engine damage.
Let them taste fear. Hammer them.
There, Yankee Kampfwagen. Kaput. Der Yankee is kaput. The hit! The hit!
Well, we're able to kill the Tiger. Oh, sorry, the enemy SU-152. Unfortunately, the game is pretty much over, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stay here and just say, good game, guys. Because it's about 7 seconds before we die, before we lose out. my opponent probably going to do something, and boom, there we go. So we weren't able to complete our objectives, but we were able to suffer. I was able to say he's the most hits out of any player on TE and survive. So yes, I kind of call that quite a proud one there. If more two players equal amount of potential damage granted to them per XP for the battle, provided to the premium account users. Oh, well, whatever that means I survived. We've knocked out 3 tanks, the 152, the T-43, Panzer IV, also buggered one of his compartment up, and yeah, I'm quite happy with that. Yes! My crew are elite once more, and they've researched the skill, and they can now do some extra cool stuff. So, what does this mean for my commander? This means I might need to train him in 6th Sense. Oh, of course, because, you know, repairing my vehicle is more important. 10,000, and I wasted quite a lot of rounds in that battle. Yeah, quite a lot. But on the plus side, now we can do a little bit. We've got a maximum view range. So now that what I want to do now is have the 6th Sense. Or should I? I suppose really Eagle Eye would be making more sense, because now that my dude can, yeah, I might do that. So if I can spot my opponent, what he does, training for the next. Oh no, skills. So now what I need to do is designated target. Thinking about it, perhaps. Yeah, the crew need to be like working overtime in a sense. But there we go. So now that they've researched their tiers, we got 2 amounts of people wanting to know how to reload weapons and tanks. Sorry I had to cut out for a few seconds, but unfortunately the game was lagging at like 5 frames a second, and it was at a point where I thought I had to stop recording for a few seconds to be able to get into position. I took basically a bit of fire from, if you didn't see it, I took a bit of fire from the enemy, and I was able to make a charge against the what I see 152, but I was able to finally get my I was able to kill him off and get experience for it. So now my gunner can do extra damage. So it's now 116%. So yeah, now that that's in place, now that my Deadeye's in place, one would assume that I'll be able to do more damage. Let's just have a little look-see at the personal file. This means now increases the chance to cause critical damage to enemy vehicle modules and crew. It's only effective with AP, APCR, and heat shells. So, in short, that means any type of shell I use in this battle now. How much did we get for that battle? Only 35. So already it was 10,000. Might be lucky. Yeah. So already in that battle, we were able to destroy a fair amount of tanks. Sorry. Even though we haven't won anything, we're still doing quite a reasonable job. So yeah, the Tiger will definitely teach you how to play a decent game. Definitely teach you how to play as heavies. But of course, as understandably, it's not going to be the best heavy tank around. You want to if you want a tank that does well. I mean, you know, this one will do the job, and it will teach you how to effectively play as a heavy tank. But at the same time, if you have any spare heavies, go for them to help culminate experience to get you whatever you need to get from out of this slot. So that's that episode. Hope you enjoyed. Sorry for the lag sessions. Unfortunately, at times my computer can be a right pain in the bum when it comes to lags and in game. I had no idea what was going on. The game just stopped for me at times. But yeah, no, we were able to get through in the end. Yeah, so if you like my videos, please feel free to subscribe, rate, and like, all that jazz. Tell your friends if you know someone who likes stuff like this. I don't aim to be like a professional thing. I don't aim to be like, you know, I'm the best thing in the world. I don't ever want to try and boast about it. I'm skilled in what skill departments I am skilled at. I also have a Total War series going on, a Shogun 2 campaign, currently playing as the Chosokabe. I know the game's been out for over 2 years now, and Rome 2 is well on the way, but let's face it, it's a good game. Something to play whilst I'm waiting. And yeah, that's on that note. Thank you very much for watching. This is Miss Jaeger. Hello, das ist Miss Jaeger, and welcome to another episode of World of Tanks. Now, in this episode, it's kind of going to be a bit of an update episode, because, you may have noticed, no T-34. That's because, in the tech tree, that I have researched the T-34-85. Yeah, so basically, the T-34-85, I got that now. And now what I'm going to be doing is, in the future, I will be working towards getting this tank because it's, let's have a look at the vehicle details, it's got slightly improved, okay, maybe not slightly improved, but hang on, let's have a look at the vehicle details for the medium. Let's do a comparison. Left is T-34, T-34-85. So, armor-wise, it's not too much of an improvement upon the previous tank, but its speed limit is... okay. I thought this would be a little bit more impressive, but I guess we'll just have to cancel that one out. Bob. Anyway, so the T-34-85, it has better health, better armor, better speed, and don't forget this is kind of the stock edition of the tank. So this is what all these can produce. So what this will mean is that I'll be able to increase the horsepower, increase the turret's turret strength, and also provide it with an 85mm gun, which will make things a lot easier. The penetration on that gun is probably, yep, as I thought, a lot better than that one. And of course, naturally, being able to reach the T-43, which has even a better 85M, and then we'll be like T-44, which is quite a difficult one to get to. Probably only oh, that's not too bad. So yeah, we're slowly starting to get up the league, and then one day we'll be able to be at these leagues. And Jesus Christ, when we are at that stage, it'll be amazing. Yeah, so this is the elite medium tank. We've got 100mm worth of gun, but there's a lot of power behind it. We've also got D-54, and this is loads of like impressive stuff. Whether this tank game will be here by the time I finally reach this objective is a matter to be concluded at another time. But we're about halfway through. We actually reached the halfway point. So now on to tier 6 tanks. All that jazz. For the German tanks, we have reached a good point with the Tiger. We've been able to tech up all the Tiger-ish stuff. So we've got the powerful engine. We've got the new turrets. We've got the FUG-12, which actually will produce a lot of stuff. I mean, that's a lot of stuff. I think, in fact, we've got the maximum radio for everything. And that took me ages to get. And I got that a while ago, so that's pretty cool. So, yeah, the Tiger is pretty much there, virtually. We just need to do some extra baby research on perhaps the 105mm gun. Whether that will actually penetrate anything, I don't know, but the damage is said to be quite impressive, but I'm not getting that turret. I'll be just researching it. That, or I probably will just be researching it, because then what I'll do then is I can start researching on this little beauty. Now this is the VK3002DB, or what I might keep referring it to. I might end up referring it to as the Aston Martin, because basically this thing will be able to allow me to research the Panzer tank. Now, the Panzer tank is probably my favourite tank of the war. Tiger is amazing, but Panzer tank was amazing too. It's even a bit more amazing, perhaps. So, this thing being only 20,000 research points if you're a VK302DB. If you're not a VK302DB, you're looking at about 48,000 research points. So, it would be longer if I tried to be my usual tank here. It would just be taking a very long time. So what I've done is I'm going to research this one at 45,000, so it will provide another tank, it's also got slanted armor, which means I will have probably a higher chance of survivability against most tanks. I'm not saying I will be the best tank of them all, but at least it'll do something. We have an L70 as well, that's not too bad. What's the penetration on this thing? Not as good. I'll have you more then, because we can fire 10 shots. Yes, we'd be able to do more damage, but let's face it, once we got that turret, we'll be like, sorted. We can have the turret, we'll buy the next turret, which will allow better armor, but apart from that, it's pretty decent. So yeah, the VK3TB, it's also the same tierage as the Tiger. Even though it's not effectively a bigger and better tank, it might make a difference. And finally, for our Convenator, we have finally researched the Crusader, and also made my Convenator an elite package. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to be keeping this tank though, because it's been a very great tank for me. It's just served me like a beaut, and like the Stug, of which at the moment is my favourite tank of the Panzergruppen, it served me very well. Convenator as well served me like a dream. Nothing could be wrong with it. Now, without further ado, let's get into the thick of it. We only have, for my personal crew, only... there it is. Nope. There we go. 699 experience left to give a skill to my commander to have recon, which means that by the time we once we've upgraded this skill, one would assume that we might be able to research a bit more. And it's the same. Actually, no, not the same. It's a bit more, but virtually the same for my other guy, which means that what will happen is I will be able to cause more critical damage to my opponent's teams. Oh, sorry, teams. Yeah, well, teams to my opponent's teams in the sense of destroying their tank. Fear hopefully will be okay. I quite like that. See you in game. Und wir back. So here it is, big tanks. Constantly being surrounded by big tanks. Not looking forward to it. Right, well.
Yeah, 138 tanks we've been killed. Who can beat that?
Yeah, that's probably not the case for my Tiger, but whatever. So, upon this, I will also kind of make this a sort of review session for the tanks, because I've kind of given you more of a... I've kind of given out sort of a first impressions more with videos at times, so I haven't really done any kind of personal reviewing of tanks, and once again I'm breaking my own rule. Well, as long as I suppose if I can just take up some defensive position around here somewhere, I could provide some cover. Okay, we've got a T-26E4, which is... and we've got lag. Hello. Yeah, we're lagging. I hope I haven't bumped into someone yet. We're lagging really badly, actually. Right, well that was a bit of a close call. The game session lagged out really badly, and it ended up with my tank being... come on, don't you dare! Stop lagging, you Schwein! Well, I'm very fortunate enough to have a tank... very fortunate enough to not have advanced too quickly into the fray. And let's try and provide some support to my bewildered teammate. Oh, come on! There we go. Oh, never mind. Now, I remember watching a video about the Tiger and its tactical advantages versus its untactical advantages, or non-tactical advantages, and it definitely says that this is more of a supporting tank. Now, I'm in agreement with what they say about this, because yes, it is pretty much a supportive tank. The armor cannot stand up to okay, I might try and go the other way then. The Tiger tank is for my role, it's not much of a tank for defending against heavy, stupidly fast, powerful attacks again, like on its front end. If you're facing tier 4s and tier 5s, perhaps it may be a little different, but a majority of the time it will be facing up against heavy, powerful tanks with like basically tier 8s and tier 9s. Hello, Mr. IS.
The armor is like toys.
Back up a bit. Luckily I wasn't... Oh dear, I guess I spoke a little too soon. Back up a bit more. Okay, so the T-30, not seen this thing before. They probably spotted me already. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and see if I can knock out their arty.
Crack him open. His armor is like paper.
Right, see if I can do something against that arty. Ooh, nearly. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
There! Yankee Kampfwagen! Kaputt! Der Yankee is kaputt!
Alright, so we got our Jagdtiger friends. Our guys on the right hand side are making a maneuver. I've just identified another artillery point, but of course, understandably, there's probably something else. Jagdtiger's making his move. Boom!
Crack him open!